Hi, I'm Laura Staples, and today I'd like to share with you a magical tool that might only be taught in Suzuki method. I'm sure it's taught in other methods and called by a different name, but in the Suzuki method it's called tonalizations. And whether you're a fan of the Suzuki method or not, don't prejudge this exercise because it's powerful. And I still use it when I feel the worst about my playing. I'll whip out the tonalizations and it just seems to repair everything that's gone wrong. Okay, so tonalizations basically were Suzuki's tool for teaching students to play with a beautiful tone. It's about learning to recognize and feel and reproduce the beautiful tone that we hear the masters playing. And it has a second benefit, and that is it utilizes the ringy notes on our violin, namely the ones that ring with our open strings. So this exercise has lots of G's, D's, A's, and E's in it. And that really improves our intonation, because if you can latch on to those ringy notes, it's kind of like having little frets or little tapes on your violin, even though if you don't have any tapes. So it's kind of a little crutch. Even in third position, even in fourth or fifth position, you can find ringy notes everywhere on your violin, and it helps you to not drift. We all know what it's like when you're playing a scale high up in fourth position and we come down to the bottom of the scale and we started in C, but we're now in B. So if you learn to latch onto those ringy notes, that will not happen to you. Okay, so let me quickly show you what the tonalization is. In Suzuki Book 2, it's basically a G major arpeggio, and it goes like this. Okay, and then a little bit later, Suzuki has you play that same fingering down a fifth, so then it's a C major arpeggio. You just move it over a string. Okay, so both of those are helpful. And of course, I'm always looking for a shortcut, so I kind of morphed those two together. It hits most of our ringy notes that we need, and it saves some time. So here's my combined version. It gives you lots of fourth finger work. And I have my students learn that one instead of doing the two tonalizations, the G major and the C major. I have them do the hybrid tonalization. Okay, now let's talk about the ringy notes. Everyone can hear it, but not everyone pays attention. Listen to this note. Do you hear that resonance after? That is not my D string. I'm playing on the D string, but that's a different string vibrating. It's my G string, because I'm playing the note G and my G string is talking back to this fingered G. Now listen to this. That's not that far out of tune. It's like 4 cents out of tune. But everyone can hear it because it's dead, and we all instinctively know that note should be resonating more than that. It's hideous when you're really paying attention. Okay, so ringy threes, those are our ringiest notes on the violin. And then of course our fourth fingers should sound identical to our open strings by the same name. So those are really ringy notes. And then you've got a few others. You've got first finger A. That makes my A string and my E string talk. And then this first finger E. It's obvious. Low second finger G natural. Beautiful. And then technically the note B on our violin is a ringy note, but it's really hard to hear the ring. It takes a little experience. B qualifies as a ringy note because it is a prominent note in our overtone series. And more simply put, if we had a string higher than our E string, it would be a B string. And that just situates it in the overtone series so that technically it is a ringy note and it is a harmonic. That's a B. Okay, so B is a ringy note as well. So play these tonalizations for intonation and work on nailing the ringiest. It's not good enough, I tell my students, it's not good enough to be sort of ringy. You need to find the maximum ringiness and your intonation will improve. So I tell my students, give yourself 4 tries at first. Go ahead and fish around, but by the 4th bow, you need to be on the bullseye. And it helps to fish around because you might be thinking it's the right spot because it's kind of ringy, but if you fish a little bit, you discover even a ringier spot. When you're fishing, don't fish a lot. Just roll your fingertip a little, because in violin, we deal in nanometers on the fingerboard. 1 nanometer makes a difference in our intonation. So just gently fish, okay? Then when you're nailing your 4 tries consistently, only give yourself 3 tries. And so on, then 2 tries. And finally, the beautiful tonalization where you are nailing it on the first try every time. I hope that the concept of tonalizations will serve you well, like they have served me. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.